Hello, my beautiful viewers, and welcome to Sincere Tarot. This is your 2021 What Do You Need to Know? So one thing you might have noticed is that a lot of tarot readers, and there's nothing wrong with this, but a lot of tarot readers focus on the future like we have no control, like it's set in stone, and that's not quite the case. Potentially with some things, there's been a huge amount of momentum built, so that sometimes it's kind of like a ball rolling down a mountain at full speed. That kind of momentum is really difficult to change once it's gotten to a certain speed, but much earlier it would have been quite easy to shift the direction or shift the momentum of whatever is being manifested. So for 2021, for this video, I'm going to get you to pick a card, 1, 2, or 3. Pick whatever number resonates with you the most. 1, 2, or 3, and do not second guess yourself. I'm going to have timestamps down below so you can go ahead to whatever number feels right for you, and then I'll do a collective reading for everyone at the very end. And I'm going to have it focus on what do you need to know to have the best 2021 possible, okay? So that your life is in your hands. I'm going to let you know what you need to know and then give advice so that you can make the best case scenario no matter what. So 1, 2, or 3. All right, let's start with 1. So I've already shuffled off camera. I'm just cutting the decks. So group 1, what does group 1 need to know for 2021? All right, so, oh my gosh. Wow. Oh my gosh, group 1. Everything's going to get better. Look, there's difficulty. There's been difficulty in 2020 because the past, we've got the 4 of Cups. Now, cups represent emotion, and this is someone who's really upset. So likely when it comes to, for most of you, love, but it could be another type of relationship, friendship, business, family, whatever, right? It can apply in more than one way, but I'm going to speak about it in the way of a romantic relationship because I believe that's how this is going to manifest for most of you, group 1. So in the past, you feel like you're not going to get love. You're not going to get the love that you deserve. It's almost like a part of you is kind of shut down, like a part of your heart is shut down because you feel like it's too late for you, that there is absolutely no hope. And so I genuinely believe that, look, the start of 2021 is not going to be easy, but it is going to end with an open heart and a new love opportunity. So I really do see you meeting someone by the end of 2021. Like it could be closer to the end, maybe a bit earlier, but before 2021 is over, you will meet that love that you truly desire. But most of 2021, I feel like, and probably right now, you're feeling not in a good way because this is your card. Please do not be scared of this. I'm going to pull more cards, but your energy when it comes to love, I feel like it's really unhealthy and it's very fear-based and toxic and also could be very controlling as well. I feel like you don't have a trust in the universe. You feel like it can even be a little bit nihilistic, like it's almost like you've convinced yourself that you're not going to find love, so you completely get this perspective like, well, what's the point? I might as well just do what I want, and maybe even become a little bit more hedonistic and self-destructive, like I'm not going to get what I want, so I'll just drink and I'll do drugs and I'll party and I'll burn bridges with relationships. The thing is, it's something that needs to finish, and it will finish when it comes to love, because this is what you need to know. The lovers, your lover, this partner is out there right now. They are out there right now. There's just a particular part about the way that you think that needs to finish, and it will finish in 2021. Because the energy in between your negative self-identity and your lover who is out there, the energy in between is the 10 of Swords. there's going to look, I feel like there will be a part of you in 2021 that's like, oh, what the hell, I might as well just do whatever, because you truly don't believe you will. Just because you don't believe something's going to happen or something is a certain way doesn't mean you're right, by the way. All a belief is a thought that you've thought a lot. And swords represent thoughts. This is the energy that will break down between you and your partner. I think you're just going to get to a point where you're like, the way that you're thinking and this belief system is so hard for you and it is so destructive that it's like you'll surrender, because this is the surrender card. It's like, okay, I give up. I'm completely done. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. And when you surrender, yes, it will be stressful, okay? But there's this fire cat in the background that's being birthed, right? From a volcano, and volcanoes are very destructive, but once the ash settles, it provides nourishment to the soil for hundreds and hundreds of years. I mean, depending on how well the earth is taken care of. So even in the moment of destruction and surrender, it's actually the releasing of that resistance. It's almost like you're going to kind of be like, it's like you'll give up on that part of you that truly believed that you wouldn't find someone. And when you surrender to that, that's when you're actually going to be able to find the person. And the outcome of what you need to know for 2021 is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, that's you, your energy. You're actually going to find your partner because your heart will be open. You will be ready to receive love. You will be ready to give love. You will be more discerning. You will have also a completely new perspective. You needed your old belief system to completely break down around love so that you could almost re-enter this world of love with the innocence of a child, without any baggage, just going forth on a new adventure. It's almost like a part of you, the negative part of you, dies and a new part of you is able to be born. It's actually amazing. And this person that you're going to meet, it might be through work. You might just work really well together. They might be an earth sign as well, or they could be a Gemini because we have the lover's card. The thing is, you're actually going to learn so much from them or teach them. I feel like for the most part, they're going to teach you. It's almost like there were these lessons that you never really got about love and the practical side of it. And I think they're going to teach you what you need to know, but you're going to go into this with a fresh new perspective and an open heart. You needed to hit rock bottom so that you would actually give up, release resistance, open your heart, open your mind with a new perspective, and actually be able to see this amazing person who exists right now. You needed your old belief system to die and to break down. Let's get a few clarification cards. Yeah, you're definitely confused right now about love, and you're definitely going to be changing a lot of your belief systems about love. Now, in the past, so most of 2020, and this will likely lead into the early parts of 2021, we've got the 8 of discs. I feel as though you have grown so much, and you probably have grown a lot more than you realize, and learned so much, and like invested in yourself and really taken care of yourself. The thing is, I think that you feel like because you haven't completely found that lover that you desire, whether you believe me or not, you do desire that. And if you react negatively to me saying that, that's just something that is there that maybe you need to reflect on. Anyways, you've worked so hard on yourself. It's almost like in the past you're 80% there. And I feel like you're really disappointed in yourself because you're like, I've done all of this work, all of this healing, all of this growth, and then you haven't gotten the results yet. But it's almost like someone who's digging for gold and then gives up when they're like that far away. It's like in 2020, you've gotten about 80% there, but you're almost there for 2020. Now, you actually had to hit rock bottom to be able to realize, to be able to have a new start, to really be able to just, have a new start in this physical world. And I think when it comes to the physical, you are going to be thinking about things differently. It's, oh, you needed like this new opportunity to physically manifest. It's, this lover, actually, you had to hit rock bottom for your lover to physically manifest, which is interesting. I feel like a lot of your ideas around love really scares you. It terrifies you in a way. And I think that there's a lot of confusion around love, maybe because of your childhood, for example, and just not really being taught the lessons that you needed to know. But this person you're going to meet, they're going to give you the security that you truly desire. This is going to be, there are so many pentacles, this is going to be very long lasting, okay? And also for some of you, this might be like a business or work relationship. I think you're really going to, this surrendering to your old belief system is really going to allow you to be more open-minded and to kind of look at things from a new perspective, from a perspective of curiosity. It's going to be stressful, the transition, okay? So there will be points in 2021 when you're so confused about love, but that's because your old belief system is dying and you're beginning to rebuild it with a new one, so that the transition stage is going to be confusing, but you will create a lot more stability. And you will 100% decide that you want stability. You want community, you want commitment, you want shared assets, you want contracts, likely marriage. You want stability and to know that you can physically live your life with this person and that you're compatible and that you want the same things, for example, like same lifestyle, all of those practical things. Wow, you're gonna get what you want. Like you're gonna go from 10% to 100% when it comes to stability in love and connections. This person that you're going to meet, which you are manifesting, which has already manifested, like by the time you hit rock bottom, that's when they come into reality, right? You may not physically meet them quite yet, but they're there. And it's whoever you desire also desires you. Remember that. You cannot have a desire without the possibility of it being met. So when you have this desire, there is someone out there that desires you, and you're both perfect for each other. I think this person is going to be I know this person is going to be very stable, dependable, practical, down to earth, have a lot of common sense. When they say something, it's because they mean it. They're not talkers, they're doers, they're action oriented. And they say what they mean, and they're going to teach you a lot. You're going to learn so much from them. There are going to be times when you feel a little bit stressed just because this is a new belief system, but just remember to keep an open mind of curiosity and learning. And I see you doing that. I see you learning a lot about love and this person. All right, so let's see. I just want to do one more clarification card, then we'll do advice cards for you, group one. Yeah, there's a part of you that is just absolutely, you've reached an endpoint. It's like energetically, you can no longer stay in that old belief system. You've reached your breaking point, you're done, it's over. So there's going to be some, like this belief system and way of thinking and the path that you were going. It's like energetically, you will be completely spent, you will surrender to it, you'll have a new open mind and an open heart, and you will meet someone who you can rely on, share a life with. And this is partly because you have really figured out what's really important for you, and there's someone you can absolutely 100% count on, and they're exactly what you need. Like they'll teach you the things that you've always needed to know about love. So awesome. Let's get some advice cards so we can make sure this is the best case scenario for you. I think I already cut these. Oh, that one flew out. You know what? I'll just get these ones that flew out. Okay, and we'll do one more. All right. Wow, awesome. So the first advice card, the 7 of Wands. Always maintain your integrity. Even always stick to what you know is true and right, and authentically be yourself, even if people around you. So I'm kind of getting the sense that it's potentially a lot of people in your family or people that you've surrounded yourself with. I feel like sometimes when we really change who we are, the people who are comfortable with the dysfunction of the dynamic with the old you, they actually might kind of rise up and want to bring you down, but you just need to stay true to yourself. I kind of have a feeling there might be some people that, you know, fall out of your life because when your vibration raises, other people who have a lower vibration, they're going to want to kind of bring you down, because when you're vibrationally and in a higher, more positive, energetically state of being, it makes them realize how low they are. And a lot of people don't want to do the work or make the effort to also raise their vibration. Some people might do that, but to be honest, most people in your life are going to want to try and drag you down, okay? It's like when lobsters are caught in a pot, when one lobster tries to escape, they all try and like bring it back down. It's like, no, you're coming down with me, which is horrible, but a lot of people have that attitude as well. So you need to maintain your integrity. And this is further reinforced because we've got the Queen of Wands. She is authentic. She is unashamed. Doesn't matter if you're male or female, by the way, but she is completely whoever she is. She doesn't lie. What's the point of lying? Because that's not showing who she truly is. You know, she stands for her truth and what's truly important, and she stands up for what she feels is right. She says and does things because she knows spiritually it is the correct thing to do, and she is unashamed. And it doesn't matter your past. It doesn't matter things like, I mean, there are lessons and blah, 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 but no shame. You're human. Be who you are. Be yourself. Be true to yourself, no matter what. Do not change yourself to make other people feel uncomfortable. That is inauthentic. You are authentic. I do feel like you're going to be stepping on a few people's toes. We also have the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands can sometimes, he's so authentic to himself that he will just do things without considering other people first. And I feel like you're going to have to do that to a certain degree. It's not just about being authentic and being true to yourself. If you feel like saying something, say it. If you feel inspired, like it comes from inspiration, then if you feel inspired to do something, do it. Now, there's a difference between inspiration and then being kind of ego-led in a negative way. So sometimes we'll hear that voice in our head that through fear, our ego in the negative, because it can also be in the positive, but sometimes when our ego is in the negative, we'll have a thought and be like, oh, we should do that. And then if it makes you feel stressful, that's not inspiration, that's ego in the negative. So act on inspiration, which is when you feel an inspired thought or idea come up and it makes you feel happy, it gives you energy, it elevates you, and you do it straight away, no matter what other people want. And this is just a reminder that you need to be sensible, you need to be practical, and this is the type of also energy of the person you're going to attract, right? So know what you want. What do you want your life to look like with this partner in, 5 years, 10 years, even 6 months, Do you want to live in a house, in a flat? Do you want to have kids? Do you not want to have kids? Do you want to get married, or does it not really matter to you? You know what I mean? You need to think about the practical, day-to-day important things so that you can sensibly move forward and make sure you're compatible with this person. I see you will be compatible with this person, but at the end of the day, how is someone who wants to be with you and wants to make you happy and live a life with you, how are they supposed to know how to make you happy if you don't even know what you want? So figure out what you want and start taking steps to already, change those things in your life, in the physical, like make sure you live comfortably and all of those things. Let's get one final advice card for you, Group 1. All right, one final advice card for Group 1. Ooh, the Hierophant. I do feel that you will likely get married or have some sort of secure commitment. And I also feel like you will feel a sense of safety amidst all of the chaos in the world. This is going to be your security. Your home is going to be your security. And just if there's anything, whenever you feel unsettled, right? Come up with if no matter what's going on externally, think of something that just kind of centers you and makes you feel grounded. If that's a cup of, so if you're feeling upset, is that a cup of tea? Is that a hot bath? Is that calling someone you care about? Is it meditating? Is it a mantra? Is it gratitude? Is it writing? Is it reading? Just like pick something, or even a list of things, some sort of ritual. Is it lighting a candle? You know what I mean? So pick at least one thing that when you're feeling unsettled, or just to do it every single day, just to give stability to your life. Doesn't matter what's happening in the outside world, you're still going to light that candle in the morning and say thank you for everything that you have for your life. You know what I mean? So you might even want to pick a ritual for yourself to make you feel centered and grounded. All right, I hope you enjoyed. On to group 2. Hello, group 2. So I've just shuffled off camera, but I'll cut the deck. So what do you need to know to have the best 2021 possible? All right. Group 2, let's see. I'm gonna just cut all them so I don't forget. What do you need to know? What do you need to know? Group 2 of my beautiful viewers. And we'll do a collective reading at the end, okay? Interesting. All right. Ooh. I feel like a particular relationship, I don't necessarily see it ending, but I see it going in a way that you're not really kind of expecting. So in the past, when it comes to this relationship or the way that you relate to people, and remember, it might not be romantic, but I do feel for a lot of you that it's going to be someone in your family or someone that you thought you had a secure, solid connection with, that they're almost like family. In the past, so 2020 and the energy leading into 2021, we've got the 5 of Swords. Yeah. So this has something to do with control, needing to be right, needing to get respect through fear, or getting control through fear rather than respect, and just kind of needing to dominate, needing to maybe always have the last word, someone who maybe has a sharp tongue and doesn't really care if they stress other people out because it's about them being right. And this could be you, and this could be someone else, to be honest. What you need to know is that there's a lot of information that you don't know. We've got the 7 of Swords, so this could be a different part of yourself, but I feel like for a lot of you, this is someone else. This person in particular that's quite controlling, I feel like there's a lot of things that they don't let you know, and they also might be the type of person that has boundary violations by withdrawing. So, people can cross our boundaries by, you know what I mean by crossing boundaries, when they come into your space too much in a negative way to try and control you. But there's a different type when people withdraw. So this is the type of person where, maybe you have a disagreement and then you don't hear from them for a few hours, a few days, a few weeks, or they just pack up and they go and you don't know when they're going to be back. It's kind of like what's missing rather than being too much. But that is also a boundary violation. And I think that there might be someone in particular that you, sorry, just getting information and trying to get it all out at the same time. So there's someone who there's a lot of things that they don't tell you. And I think the energy in between is the 8 of Pentacles. And with this, I feel like you're going to learn a lot of information about yourself, maybe about this person. Now, this person might feel like a soulmate or just a really intense energy in your life. But one thing that's really important to know is that when it comes to soul contracts, so like before we manifest physically on the planet, there are often certain people that we have soul contracts with to meet. But so many people will focus on, my soul mate, which, by the way, there are many options of a soulmate in my opinion, but that's for a different video. Some people are here to teach us lessons and then exit physically from our life. Just because someone is here to teach us healthy boundaries, but that means that they need to violate our boundaries. Doesn't mean that they're going to violate our boundaries, and then both of you will somehow end up happily together. Okay, maybe that will happen, but I don't really see that happening in this spread for you, group 2. I feel like you're going to learn about what you really desire when it comes to family and security. This is a really big theme, actually. And I think you're just kind of going to actually get fed up with this person. Wow. Okay. And you are energetically kind of like more mature than them anyways. And you're more solid when you know what you want, right? And I feel like they're just the type of person that plays mind games, and if they're not getting their way, then they might kind of have this whole soft kind of touch. I don't know. They're the type of person where when you really kind of let them know that they'll be super controlling, and when you stand up for yourself and you're like, and you have healthy boundaries, and they feel like they're being pushed out, then they're just going to say whatever they need to say to kind of get back in. I feel like they're not really they're really up in their head in the negative way a lot. I feel like this connection, both of you, but mostly you, will be really disappointed with it. I think you will be like, why did I count on this person to give me something that I desire when all they've done is, you know, show or speak or say things to kind of prove that that's not what they're going to give you, because the outcome is the 9 of Swords, cruelty. I feel like you're the one that's actually been fighting more for this relationship, for this connection. And I think you're going to kind of realize by the end of 2021 that like it's not worth it for you, and it's not going to give you what you need, and it doesn't satisfy you. You know, I feel like, you know, you're ready for security, you're ready for a real connection, and I think you're really going to kind of just maybe want to leave this person. I feel like this person, you know, will eventually, they might be, I'm gonna ask some clarifying cards, but they might be fickle in love, and they might by the end of the year kind of have a wandering eye and maybe find someone else that makes them feel emotionally satisfied, even if but it will only be temporary at best. It's a very fickle card, the Knight of Cups. You, however, are the King of Swords. I think you're just going to get so fed up. You're going to have your mind made up, and you're going to exit. You're going to be like, you know what? This person isn't giving me what they want. I think you're just going to get so fed up that there will literally be no convincing you otherwise. You're just going to completely shut down mentally to this person, I feel. Yeah. Okay, let's get some clarification cards. Yeah. This person totally stresses you out. Okay. And all right, this person totally stresses you out. So I feel like you are actually going to reach a breaking point, because you're going to realize that this isn't the path that you want, right? I feel like in the past, you two did have a connection, and you probably did have a bit of a soul contract. And maybe it seemed like you wanted the same things, and you did connect on a certain level. Like, I'm not saying this was for nothing, okay? But I feel like the soul contract has already been fulfilled and in the past, and you've learned what you need to know with this connection. I feel like this person is going to do something stupid and maybe a bit reckless, and it's almost like they're going to accidentally let something slip. And that's maybe how you're going to learn particular information about them. So it might be something that they say, something doesn't line up, or just something, maybe they say it when they're drunk, who knows. It's something that, or they're going to take a big enough risk. Like when a lot of people think that they can get away, this is true for children and adults, by the way. When they realize they can get away with something, they'll keep getting away with it. Not everyone, but this person for sure. And then it's almost like they increase the risk. It's almost like a thrill, like, what else can I get away with? What else can I get away with? And I think they're going to do something really stupid and reckless that they didn't think about. It's going to be very impulsive. And I think they're going to let it slip. And you're going to have a bit of an epiphany, like, oh my gosh, like, this person's not the one for you, or they might be unfaithful, or it's something that they've been hiding from you, that they are hiding from you, right? And I think it's at that point you're really going to learn your lesson, which is, you know, self-love and listening to your heart. You're going to be like, you know what? This isn't love. Like, staying with this person isn't fulfilling your heart, you know? It's actually going against your emotions, going against your desires. I think you'll just reach a breaking point that you're like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I do see you walking away from this person. Remember, it might not be romantic. It could be friendship, family, business partnership, etc. Okay, but for a lot of you, it will be romantic. And I think you're just going to really, what you're really going to learn by the end of 2021 is to cherish yourself. That you are a divine goddess, you know. And it doesn't matter if you're like male or female, okay? We all have divine masculine and feminine. But I think you're really going to tap in with your divine feminine. You know, you want the good life. You want to be loved. You want to love and be loved. You want to have a beautiful life. You want to, you know, show up in your home and have things that are comfortable and feel love and appreciation and, you know, just to truly enjoy the good things in life. And sometimes when you're in a negative situation with someone, it brings us energetically down and we can't. I think you're really going to put yourself first. You're going to treat yourself like royalty. You'll be like, would a queen put up with this? Would a king put up with this? And then you're going to create a situation for yourself by the end of 2021 that is going to be much more suitable to your true divine nature. Now this person, I would just they're stuck in a particular situation. I think they're stuck in a bit of a cycle and they do it themselves because their energy is being complemented by the Hanged Man. And this is someone who, I mean, energetically, I kind of just feel like it's going to be this cycle. You know, they're going to have a connection with you and then with someone else, and then they'll move on to the next and the next. And it will play out the same way. The thing is, something that I've learned over the years, and it's unfortunate, and it actually took me a long time to learn this, but I feel like you're going to learn this as well. Most people don't change. People like you and me that, you know, are spiritual seekers, and we're always trying to learn and to improve ourselves, and we're searching, we're out there searching for answers on this spiritual journey called life, you know, because we change and we adapt. Well, I used to assume that other people were like that too, but actually most people don't change. And this person is a victim to themselves. They're going to keep themselves in this cycle. I would definitely, I feel like when they go, release them, let them go. I think you'll both kind of just get fed up around the same time anyways. Well, it's like you'll get fed up because your boundaries have constantly been crossed. All of these lies and everything, you'll finally really stick up for yourself, and they're also going to be disappointed. But it's around that time their wandering eye, they may go off and, you know, cheat, but it might not be actual cheating. It could be just drinking. It's just kind of like that short-term, whatever gives them short-term emotional satisfaction, but it's so fickle and it can change with the wind. Yeah, I think that you are going to realize that you need someone who is dependable, someone that you can count on, someone that is reliable, that says what they mean, that knows what they want, and is also generous, and truly wants to be with you. And I feel like it will be a good life, because this says the Prince of Pentacles, but it's the equivalent of the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is a really good, it's like when you get really fed up, you're actually going to attract energetically, be energetically open to attracting someone who's wealthy, generous, very practical, down to earth, very good at manifesting, very good at getting what they want, creating what they want in their lives. And I think you're going to be energetically matched with that person, because you will do that too. And just someone who wants security. And yeah, it's good with money. I feel like that's what's going to be coming your way. I just want to ask one more. I just want to clarify a few of these. Yeah. Okay. For a lot of you, to be honest, this person is going to betray you. There will be a betrayal, and it's really going to stress you out. And I think that's going to be like almost like the final straw, where I think you've already energetically kind of given up on this person, but it's like physically you're still kind of sticking around. But there's going to be something where it's almost like it's just too much, and you're just going to be like, you know what, I'm out of here. Okay, so let's get some advice for you, group 2. So what advice does group 2? Oh, I already cut these. I think I did anyways, whatever. Okay. Whatever cards I put out are the ones that are meant to be there. Okay. So, okay. First advice card about this whole situation. The world. Completion. The contract with this person is over. It's done. You've learned what you need to know for 2021 with this person. So you can, you know, celebrate that you're not putting up with this BS anymore, and how strong you've come and how you've improved your boundaries and really figured out what you want, you know. Celebrate. I know it'll be hard to celebrate, but it's going to finish, and you will be like, it's like you've graduated to the next level. It's like, okay, now that we're done with all of this and you finished it, now you can go on to the next level, the next chapter, and higher energetically as well. Also, for some of you, there might be a little bit of travel, or you might move, and for a very small amount of you, this person might actually, very small amount, this person might actually die. Okay. Anyways, second advice card. We've got the Eight of Wands. So just, you know, listen to a lot of messages that are coming. I feel like pay attention to synchronicities. You might want to have a synchronicity journal, for example. And so, like, let's say you're reading a book and there's something about golf balls, and then suddenly you see a golf ball on the side of the road, and then you drive by a truck that has something about golf balls. Those are synchronicities. So just like make note of them, because I feel like you're going to be kind of directed. There are going to be a lot of messages coming from Source, God, whatever you want to call it, and they're going to help direct you energetically in a really, really good way. So just pay attention to those messages. And I feel like there will be, you will be quite busy in 2021 as well. But in a good way, you can handle it for sure and prosper from it. All right, this is our third advice card. Two of Wands. I know that you two kind of connected in the past and, you know, plan to have a future together, but replan. Think about what you want and what's really important to you and what you want to go, where you want to go in your life. Because to be honest, I don't really see, you two are on such different pages energetically. Yeah, so think about what you want, your desires. How do you want to see your life in, you know, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years? Think completely about what you want and then how you're going to get there. All right, final advice card. I'll do one more for you anyways. But, okay, second to last advice card, we've got the Devil. Be very careful. When this comes as an advice card, it often will say, you might feel, I feel like you feel like you're trapped. Like you're listening to this reading right now and you're like, oh, you don't understand. I can't leave the situation. That is a trick in your mind. That is the negative aspect of your ego. You can change. You can always leave. You can always change your situation. You can always walk away from fear, control. You 100% do not need to stay, and you need to know that for sure. 100%. You can leave whenever you want. You can change your situation whenever you want. And if it doesn't feel like a good situation, change it. All right, we'll do one more advice card for you. Aww. I feel this is what you so needed to hear. You will attract someone where you've got the basis of a friendship. This is also like a soul contract card as well. Just because things with this person didn't work out doesn't mean there's not going to be love. In fact, it will, when you exit this situation, it will create space for you to energetically attract someone new, who's like a friend. And there might be someone who you normally wouldn't go for. They could be someone in your life already, but you don't really see them in that way because they're kind of different, but that's all surface. You two will complement each other so well, and there will be equal give and take. There will be equal respect, and there will be, equal power. They'll look at you as an equal, and they'll want to take care of you just as much as you want to take care of them. So that person is out there for you, right? That's why this needs to be cleared away. This is why things need to get to a certain way that you're just going to be like, you know what? I'm done. I'm walking away. And you're going to step into a much more positive and mutually beneficial, loving, caring, where you honor one another, soul contract. So well done. All right, well done, group 2. Let's do group 3. Hello, group 3. So what do you need to know for 2021 and how to get that best case scenario? Ooh, interesting. Ooh. Wow. Choices, and then a twist at the end. I'm just going to cut these decks as well before I forget. So what does group 3 need to know for 2021? All right, and definitely stick around for the end where I do a collective reading for all of my beautiful viewers. Okay, so 2020 has obviously been very difficult for a lot of people, so a lot of that energy will come into at least the beginning part of 2021. So we've got the 4 of Cups. This is disappointment. This is feeling like, you know, there's no hope for you, no hope for love. You're almost like disconnecting from your heart in a certain way. You're not even seeing good things around you. I'm sorry, it's easy. It's easy to do when, you know, in certain situations, we can't always be optimistic all of the time. And you're definitely not. I feel like you feel like it's gone too far in your life and that you're not going to get what you want, that you're not going to get the love that you desire. This is interesting. I feel like, well, there's just been a lot of emotional disappointment. I feel like there's something up in the air with you in a different part of yourself, or potentially with another person. I feel like for most of you, this is another person or a situation, but I'm going to speak about this as if it is another person, okay? So right now you are coming up as the 2 of Wands. So I feel like you're really figuring out, thinking about like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? There's a choice to be made. Which desire are you going to follow? And it might have to do, and someone else might be trying to think about what they want, because what you need to know about is this 2 of Pentacles. So it might have to do with a relationship, 2 people in a relationship, for example. Again, it could be romantic, friendship, business, family, etc. But I'm going to speak about it as if it is romantic, even though that's not the case for all of you, okay? Now, I'm feeling like in my stomach, it's suddenly hurting, and I feel like maybe you have felt disempowered in the past for some reason, right? So you're trying to think about like what direction, what choices can you make practically, like what's really important to you. You're like trying to balance things out. You're trying to figure out what to do, what direction to move in. I feel like you're in this transitory stage right now, and I think it's some of the energy of the disappointment might be kind of a little bit difficult for you emotionally. Like it might be difficult to make this choice because you're really, I think you've just been really upset with your heart kind of recently. And I think you're really confused. Like, do you go with your spirit, your head, your heart? What is it? All I'm going to say is that go with your spirit, go with your gut of what feels right over what's practical and sensible. Like, oh, well, I learned, like, it's almost like, you know how it's like a difference with your head and your heart, but it's not even so much like that. It's like, go with your gut with this choice, because if you go with what's sensible, what's been done before, like what research shows that blah, 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 don't go with that. Like it's good to go with that sometimes, but in this situation, no, because something really unexpected is going to happen. So I'm just laughing because there have been so many unexpected things happening in 2020. I'm sure the last thing you want to hear is that something really unexpected is going to happen in 2021. But I'm going to tell you that if you go with your gut instinct, okay, if you go with your heart, you will be independently wealthy and protected. You will be able to take care of yourself. If this is a business, this is excellent. If this is, you know, your home where you live, this is excellent. If this is love, you will be independent within the relationship. You know what I mean? You'll be able to sustain yourself, which will help the relationship. But I feel like if you go with what's been done before, what's been shown to work, and blah, 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 like what we've been taught in society, I think like it will not work, right? It will not work. Okay, I'm gonna do some advice cards or clarification cards than advice cards to kind of garner a bit more meaning. Because if you go with what you've been taught that you should do, you know what I mean? something is going to be thrown in, the spanner will be thrown in the engine or the works or whatever, something completely unexpected. But if you go with your gut, like your gut is telling you to go in a certain direction, and that's what's going to help guide you, that will make you independent, that it doesn't really, in a good way, so that it doesn't really matter what happens. It doesn't really matter about this Wheel of Fortune card coming in, because you'll be self-sufficient. You'll be good. You'll have your feet on the ground. You'll be more than comfortable, right? But if you go with what you feel like is you're supposed to do, kind of more in your head, things are just not going to work out, because lots of things come up that are unexpected. You need to expect the unexpected, because it's going to happen a little bit more. Let's get some clarification cards. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like in the past, oh my gosh, you have to go with your gut. You absolutely have to. Otherwise you will not, like, it won't. I'm just saying, go with your gut. Okay. So in the past, I feel like you've made a lot of decisions. It could, in regard to work, relationships, whatever, based on, what looks good on paper. Maybe you've bought that fancy car because you feel it will make you happy, right? Maybe you've gotten that job because you feel like it will make you happy, right? It's almost like you're indirectly trying to be happy. Oh, I'm going to do that because it should make me happy. I'm going to do that because it should make me feel emotionally fulfilled. And I think you've realized in 2020, like, that's not actually fulfilled you. And you're realizing that it's not emotionally fulfilled you, and you're feeling really sad about it. What I see you doing, hopefully, look, you have a choice. At the end of the day, you have free will, you have a choice. You can watch this video and you can say, you know what, I'm going to do what I think is right. But I'm just telling you that when you make the choice based on what's real for you spiritually, authentically, that has integrity, that comes from inspiration. Inspiration comes from our spirit, from our soul, okay? It's that soul connection. You're listening to that stream of source consciousness that directs the energy of your soul, which is like a stream. That's what's going to get you in a good place. That's actually the sensible choice. I think that it's like you're trying in the past, and you might do this for 2021. I hope not, but in the past, I feel like you have been like, you've tried to get happiness and fulfillment in an indirect way. Oh, if I do this, then I'll be happy. If I do this, then I'll be happy. But then you never really get to that happiness. So just do the shortcut and go with what spiritually feels correct, your intuition, what feels right, even if it doesn't make sense, okay? Because if you decide that, there also might be someone trying to convince you, but they might be a little bit deceitful. There might be someone trying to convince you to not go with your intuition. There might be someone being like, oh, why do you want to do that? Why do you want to make that career choice? Why do you want to go with that person? Why do you want to live there? That makes no sense, blah, blah, blah. But they're quite, like, these are both, can be quite deceitful cards. And I feel like they might want to seem like they have your best interest at heart, but they don't. They are likely someone who really confuses you and makes it difficult to make a choice. But this person, really, they just don't want to be alone. So I feel like, think about if someone is trying to tell you information, if you listen to them, how will it benefit them, right? Because if it benefits, if you believing them benefits them, then chances are they're just actually really care about their own best interest. I feel like no matter what, spirit, the universe, God wants everything to work out in your favor, and you will win no matter what. It's just, it'll just take longer if you decide to listen to this other person who doesn't really have your best interest in heart. And it could be a different aspect of yourself. It might not be someone else. But honestly, going with your gut, going with your spirit, going with what feels right to you, when this, Wheel of Fortune gets, thrown in the works, you will be independently wealthy, you will be stable, you will be more than comfortable if you actually listen to your intuition. And that's ultimately what you want. So you want to go directly for your joy, directly for your stability, directly for what you want. Because if you decide to listen to this person, I think in the future, it's just going to cause a whole lot of stress. This is what happens if you listen to this person, or if you decide to kind of make choices based off of superficiality, or what you've been, told to do with our programming in society. Okay, I just want to ask a few more advice cards. I want to do a few more clarification cards, then we'll get some advice cards, and then we'll do the collective reading, okay? Let's just see. I want to just kind of find out. Okay. Wow. Yeah, so I think, you really do need to plan for the unplannable. So whatever it is, you want to be able to have, so following your intuition, because this energetically, like, something is going to shift. And definitely make a choice. A choice needs to be made, for sure. And let me just get a little bit more about this. Yeah, okay, so this person who might be confusing you, there might be like a whole bunch of messages, and what they might kind of do to try and convince you or confuse you is just like relentless messages, so that you don't really have time to think for yourself. But I think you do know the right thing to do, and I'm just gonna do one more. Yeah, I feel like ultimately this person's going to disappoint you, and you will see through their smoke and mirrors, right? They're kind of just saying what you want to hear so they can get what they want. Let's just do a few more because I'm so curious about this. You will get what you want. You will get what you want no matter what, right? And you always have choices no matter what. And even if you do decide to listen to this person, you will get the strength. You will have enough. Like, no matter what choice you make, you ultimately will be okay. I'm just saying, take the shortcut and listen to your intuition and your inspiration, okay? You will get to your destiny. It's just, do you want to take the shortcut, or do you want to take the long route that someone else told you to take? Okay, because they don't really want you to leave anyways. Let's get some advice cards. All right, advice for group 3 with the situation. Okay, so, sorry, just so many things. Okay, so the first advice card is the 9 of Wands. So just be ready. There will be one more challenge, but you're ready. The universe has your back. You have more than enough of what it takes. Just get all of your ducks in a row so that you're not caught off guard, okay? But you're ready for whatever's coming. This Wheel of Fortune, you're good, okay? Trust in yourself. You got this. Second advice card, Knight of Pentacles. You want to make decisions that are zero risk, that are very, 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 very sensible, like zero risk. And you're a very good manifester. So just keep on manifesting the life that you want. And you also want to be around people who, are very sensible and practical and down to earth and reliable. And when they say something, it's because they mean it. Actions speak louder than words. The third advice card, we have got the 8 of Swords. So I feel like you do have limiting beliefs sometimes, at least maybe in this situation. There's likely a part of you that's like, what are you talking about? Following my intuition, when this is the path that I've decided, that I've learned through society that I need to take. But there are at least 8 other options. You just don't have your eyes open to them, but they're there, right? There are so many other options of different ways that you can go. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it's there, right? Yeah, so anyways, fourth advice card, we'll do one more for you, okay? So we've got the 4 of Wands. So go with stability. Go with what makes you grounded, and listen to your inspiration, but don't get swept away with it. Only listen to advice from people that make you feel solid, stable, grounded, at home. Whatever feels like home for you. Whatever feels like relief, like, like you can be at ease. All right. So another thing you can do is you can, when it comes to making this choice, this is such, like, literally when I have to make big choices, or other people, I'll tell them this is, it makes making huge decisions or even little decisions like so easy. So you've got a choice to make. Imagine yourself going one way. Imagine yourself going the other way. Do this for about a minute. So pause the video if you need to, right after my explanation. So you want to maybe do a meditation first if you want, but you don't have to. But kind of just like close your eyes and imagine one scenario for about a minute maybe. And then really check in with how your body feels energetically, even like tension or whatever. And then for a minute, imagine going down the other path. And then whatever feels most like relief and like, and more relaxed and just at ease, that's what you go with. That's how you find out how to make decisions. Okay, we'll do one more advice card, then we'll do our collective reading. Okay. Just like I said, there is a fourth option. You may think you have a certain amount of options, but you have more than one option. And a door never properly closes. There's always an extra option. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. The universe is always providing for you. Even if you're like, I have to do this or this, it's like, boom, there's another option. There's more information that you will be shown. It's just, and it might actually be right in front of your face. It's just that you don't see it yet because you're not energetically ready to see it. Let's do one more. I feel like I should do one more. Yeah. So just because things haven't worked out in the past doesn't mean they won't work out now. And any stress from making whatever decision overall will be temporary. Even if it feels stressful, like I'm feeling my heart suddenly palpitate, like it's okay. And this goes back to childhood, maybe some sort of fear of abandonment, potentially. And it's a certain pattern that's repeated in your life. So think about the last time you felt this way and then the first time you felt this way, because I feel like you want to make decisions based off of your intuition, not off of stress. And I feel like I have to do one more for you, group 3. Okay, and you can always walk away. Remember this as an advice card. It means don't listen to fear. You can always walk away, 100%. All right, let's do our collective reading. Hello, welcome to the collective reading. So this is for all of my viewers, so that includes you. So this is meant for you if you're watching right now. All right, what does the collective need to know for 2021? Just cut all the cards first. What does the collective need to know for 2021? All right, come on. Interesting. All right, we have a lot of higher arcana cards. So overall, 2021 is going to be really intense. So 1, 2, 3, 4 higher arcana cards. I feel like so in the past, the energy of 2020 leading into the beginning at least of 2021, we've got the 3 of Wands. I feel like 2020 made us so determined, just so like more in touch with like our inner knowing and our inspiration, and being a little bit less fearful on acting on it. And just because like just tapping into our knowing and being no nonsense and just being like to the point a little bit more, and kind of stepping into somewhat uncharted territory, having a little bit more brave, a bit more balls, okay? And your energy, our energy for 2021 is awesome. We've got the Empress, which is just like the divine feminine and love and beauty and just the lush life and really just cherishing ourselves. I really feel like, we're really going to just be like, I want to live the life that I want to live that makes me feel good, but it's not just in a superficial way. It's in a way that you're in such a good space that everyone you're around is, energized by it. And, a lot of people say that, this is around the time that we're going into the age of Aquarius. And I know that in the tarot, Aquarius is, is represented by the star. But I also feel that, you know, with the Empress, that it's kind of like elevating the divine feminine. And I don't mean the negative feminine. There's lots of negative feminine. There's positive masculine. There's divine masculine, divine feminine, and then there's the negative aspect. Now, I feel like both the divine feminine and the divine masculine have been repressed, but I feel like the divine feminine almost needs to rise up first. You know, females, you know, give birth. Everyone on this planet has been birthed by a woman. So I feel like the divine feminine will first rise up before the divine masculine. And this is not about gender. We all have divine feminine and divine masculine within us, okay? So when I say that the divine feminine will rise up, it will be for everyone, and it will be in a way that is, it's good for everyone, and it doesn't matter your gender on the outside at all, okay? So I really think that there might be a lot of fairness. This is what we need to know about. We've got the Justice card. I feel like there have been so many injustices in the world for so long. And because we're really going to rise into the energy of just wanting, you know, the good and divine and everyone to be taken care of, I really feel like there might be a lot of justice that's brought to light, that's corrected, a lot of things that have been out of balance that are going to be corrected. What we need, this is the energy in between, is patience and perseverance, and really giving ourselves time to adjust. So this is such an intense energy. Look at this lineup for 2021, what we need to know. Where the Empress energy, justice will be served, we need to be patient. And we need to be patient not just with ourselves, but with other people and everything that's going on around us. You know, 2020 taught us to really, you know, kind of tap into our inner knowing and to kind of maybe try things we'd never tried before, do things we'd never really done before. So that's cool. The outcome, and I will do some clarification cards because I need a better outcome than this, is the Nine of Swords. The thing is, I feel like this is a lot of stress. So the thing is, I think that, okay, this is making a little bit more sense. When there are huge changes, massive changes, which I see with the Empress, Temperance, and the Justice card, okay? Often these changes will get, the ball will get rolling like more on a spiritual level. I feel like we will intuitively know that these are positive, good changes coming about. But maybe things that we see on the surface, things that we hear, are really going to stress us out. I feel like because often swords can represent, well, like words and writing, I feel like we might get a bit stressed out being too much on social media or listening to the news or other people that have like a really negative way of thinking and speaking. And so I think there are going to be a lot of things that's come out in regards to this, you know, justice, everything coming to balance. We might actually be a little bit disappointed in ourselves for the way that we were, because sometimes when things are brought to light, when we really reflect, sometimes we can maybe feel a little bit ashamed about, you know, things that we've said to contribute to this situation. I feel like we're gonna kind of take a pause on talking, writing, texting, social media, the way that we used to. We're really gonna kind of think about the words that we speak, the thoughts that we think. We're really gonna pause about that. And we're gonna realize, I feel that, you know, our words our thoughts that we think, our words that we speak actually can manifest certain things around us. So I think we might actually be a little bit more mindful of our thoughts and our words, because we didn't realize before how much it actually contributes to not just our lives, but everyone's lives. Okay, let's do some clarification cards. There's that star, there's that Age of Aquarius. What did I say? So, wow. This is really interesting. Our relationships are going to change completely as well. So our energy is the Empress, which I said can, in a way, to me represents the age of Aquarius. And look at this, it's being clarified by the star. So I think we're also going to realize that sometimes like letting our guard down and being vulnerable and really showing ourselves who we are is actually one of the most powerful and strong things that we can do. We may, birth new parts of ourselves may be born, for example. I feel like something about, it could be something with the law, with social media, with just people who are like meh, 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 negative. I feel like all of these negative thoughts are just going to be completely destroyed, okay? So we've got the Justice card, just seeing things clearly. I think maybe I think there will be a lot of things that we didn't know about ourselves, about the world that's going to be coming out. And it's just, we're going to see it for what it is. People who are petty, people who just say what they want to say, just talking points and all of that. I think we're going to kind of see through that. I think we're going to realize that when we're more balanced, the world is a better place, that the outer world is actually an expression of our inner world, and the more balanced and self-assured that we are, the better the world literally will be. Because think about it. If, let's say, one person decides to be negative and then they go around and they're going to make other people feel negative by their negative actions, words, etc. But if they're positive, no matter what is going on around the world, and it's really hard, but do your best to be balanced and positive. We shine light and bring joy to everyone we meet, and we literally make, when we're happy, and feel better and really express our true joy, we literally will make the world a better place. And I think we're really going to realize that. In the past, 2020 has made us so strong. You're watching this now, you are damn strong, okay? 2020 helped realize the power that we do have, that we can accomplish anything. And it also might have made us just be like, you know what? With all this going on, I'm just going to do what makes me happy. And that's it. And you know what? When you make yourself happy, it ends up making other people happy. And that's what you're going to realize in 2021. I think there's also going to be a lot of clarity. There might be some information that comes out. It's going to be disappointing information, but it will actually allow a little bit of clarity and create a little bit of peace. I feel like a lot of people feel like there's going to be, that maybe certain things, really negative things will happen in 2021. I feel like it's almost like 2021 is going to be that space, that expansion, that calm, just at the end of a storm. And there might be some information, like honestly, the end of 2021, I see like there's quite a number of swords, so I feel like there's going to be a lot of information. There might be a little bit more nostalgia, soul contracts I'm hearing as well. Bite your tongue a little bit before just trying to, whenever you hear something whenever you've got a reaction, just bite your tongue for a little bit, contemplate. And I feel like you're really going to manifest a lot of relationships that you feel are much more beneficial to you. So I also think that we will really be very careful about any type of relationship we have in our life. Okay, I want to do one more clarification card at least for this outcome. Yeah, and I think a lot of people might be making decisions that are a little bit more heartfelt as well. And I think we'll also kind of realize like the connection between our thoughts and our emotions, that emotions are often attached to certain thoughts. If we have a good thought, then we'll feel good. If we have a negative thought, then we'll feel not good. And I know that sounds quite simple, but people can kind of recognize it, and then they'll go around saying things that make them feel bad and other people feel bad. It's a bit silly. I think we'll realize the power of our thoughts and our words and really be able to come at peace. Look, it's going to be a split. It's going to be a split. I feel like there might be a little bit more of a split with people who They're going to realize the power of their words and thoughts. So they're actually going to use that power without really thinking very clearly. And there are going to be some that are going to kind of be a little bit more heart-centered. Okay, I just got to do a few more clarification cards for this because I want to know more information. I think there are also going to be a lot of people that need to feel really lonely to realize that they want a connection. I do feel that there's going to be kind of more of a split in a way of people that, oh, but there will also be people that will, you know, just realize that, you know, I'd rather be alone than be with certain types of people. And they're going to learn it the hard way, but it will actually allow them to get the life that they do want in the future. Yeah, and I think, yeah, a lot of people are going to come together and just realize, like, it's hard to explain. Okay, let me do a few more clarification cards because I want to finish this on a good note. I'm just going to clarify everything once more. All right, clarification cards for every single individual card. Also, like, this is a theme that came up for nearly all of the readings that were chosen, is the need for stability. So 2020 taught us that we want stability, we want security. When it comes to work, money, where you live, relationships, we want to know that it's solid. I also feel like 2021, it's like something that we needed to learn that's coming to completion. It's almost like a gateway to come into connection with our more divine, true selves, making ourselves a bit more vulnerable. We're going to definitely be thinking about things differently, talking a lot more about things, about the way that we feel and the way that we want to see the world. And I think that there are going to be certain people that will realize that they don't know anything and they're complete idiots. And sometimes the people that talk the most are the ones that are the most ignorant. There's this saying, comment it down below if you know the saying, but it was something about, like, you know, how wise people are a few words, you know, they're more like thinking and taking in information, but a fool just literally won't stop talking. And I think we're going to realize that for a lot of situations and people in our life. For those of you watching this right now, we're going to really make our decisions based more, like, every action, every word is going to be a lot more heartfelt. It's going to come from the heart. I feel like, yeah, we're going to be coming more heart-centered decision and life and world, and I think that's really important. But you're also going to be making plans that are based in stability and realizing that you're an amazing manifester and that you can create whatever you want, including the security that you really found out that you super desired in 2020. People say money doesn't matter, but come on, it does matter. Anyways, yeah, and the people, okay, this actually helps answer my question. There is going to be a little bit of a split, more of a split with people, but we're the ones that are going to make our decisions more heartfelt because we're going to realize, like, the power of our words and our thoughts in such an intense way. The other people, they're just going to need, when they're split from a lot of us, and it's just because they need more time. They just need more time. And they need to kind of be alone and separate to kind of figure it out on their own. So if there are certain people that don't really get that in your life, don't try and force them at all. Just have that emotional feeling of love towards them. And they will figure it out. Like, they will figure it out, but they actually need to have that time alone to figure it out because they have the answer within, and we need to trust that. And then eventually they'll realize that they can create whatever they want. Yeah, okay. So don't worry so much about other people, because for those of you watching this channel, often, you know, we're on the spiritual journey. We're trying to figure out our purpose. We're trying to figure out, like, what's the point of all of this? And, you know, I'm so thankful that, you know, you right now are watching my channel, watch my videos, and can find, you know, solace and guidance with me. Like, honestly, it is such an honor, and I really appreciate it so much. You keep doing your journey, and wherever that leads you, and allow other people to take their journey, and they will find the way. They will find their answers. So don't worry about them. Just give them their space. Let them do what they need to do. Trust that the universe, source, God, you know, is going to guide us down our paths, and all of our paths are unique. Let's get some advice now, okay? All right, what advice? I think I already cut these, so. All right. Oh my gosh, interesting. First advice card, the King of Pentacles. It is okay to go for what you want, including material things, including contracts and marriage and work. And it is okay to be a business person. It is okay to want physical things, to want security. And if you desire that, that's because you're meant to have it, right? It's okay to be wealthy. I know a lot of people have this attitude of, you know, oh, money is the root of all evil. I'm sorry, like lots of people who have a lot of money, like money is just a tool. You can do a lot of good and you can do a lot of evil, right? It's like with a hammer, you can build a house and give someone a home, or you can really hurt someone with it, okay? So it's the same with money. And if you truly believe that you are a good person, and even if we all make mistakes, right? But if your heart is in the right place, which it is, especially by looking at this reading, then if you were to have a certain amount of wealth, I'm certain that you would use it to make other people's lives in the world a better place. So trust in yourself that much. So it is okay to want security. It is okay to want wealth, and not just of love and things like that, but it is okay to want material things. Second advice card, you create your reality. Everything in your situation right now is a manifestation of, like, energetically what you've been going towards. And you like every moment is a new opportunity to create something new. You are an amazing manifester. You can create and manifest anything that you want, and you need to remember that. And if you're interested in learning more about that, just Google search, I can actually honestly DuckDuckGo search, just search manifestation and just things like that, how to manifest, how creating your own reality, abundance mindset, things like that. You can have whatever you want, and there are meditations on it as well, right? You just need to be in the right frame of mind. Third advice card. If you hear a piece of information from anywhere that is what you want to hear, it might just be smoke and mirrors. There might be certain information that you're hearing that is, like, intuitively you know it's not right. Like, it can be quite confusing. Often, if people are telling you what you want to hear, it's to serve their own best interest. I'm going to do one more clarification card just on this. What's this one about? Oh my gosh. I just actually asked for clarification for this. Certain structures. Certain structures in society, certain structures within your life. So this could be anything from government, it can be religion, it can be just societal belief systems, it can be the media, it can be the legal system, it can be political, it can be so many different things. It can even be like certain contracts, like marriage and things like that you've entered. Sometimes you might be hearing information that is literally just smoke and mirrors. They're just going to say whatever they need to say just to keep you hanging on. So there might be like a higher perspective that you're going to be learning about that. Okay, final advice card is the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands does whatever he wants to do based on inspiration. And if that means stepping on other people's toes, he's going to do it, and he probably won't notice. So when you feel inspiration, act on it without thinking. This is just the advice, okay? It's not my personal advice. This is what the cards are saying. Act on it without thinking, without worrying about other people. Don't even let that come into your mind. Just when you feel inspiration and it makes you feel energetically better and alive and like at a higher vibration, boom, act on it straight away. No hesitation. Just do it. All right, let's do one final advice card for our beautiful viewers. Collective reading 2021. Queen of Swords. Interesting. You might actually want to start speaking your mind a little bit more, even if it hurts other people's feelings, right? I'm not saying that's the intention. I'm just saying it might be an unintentional side effect, but you might want to even emotionally detach from certain things so that you can kind of get a more clear, concise perspective. It almost kind of lines up with this Justice card as well. So just speaking your truth without getting wrapped up emotionally. Like, it's okay. Like, there are many perspectives that we can do, but I feel like, yeah, speak your truth, speak out, say what's right for you, and just speak your truth. All right. I hope that was helpful, and I hope you have a wonderful New Year's Eve, and if you've already celebrated that, a wonderful 2021, no matter what time of the year that you are viewing this. For those of you who are subscribed, please, well, everyone, please like, share, all of that good stuff. Comment below how you enjoyed this reading, as long as it's good, and only positive energy on this channel, okay? And for my wonderful subscribers, please do hit the notification bell so that you never miss a video. And I do monthly and mid-monthly readings. You can also check out my website and follow me on social media. That is all down below. And have a great 2021. I love you. Bye.